Test, test. Cannot hear my mic. There we go. What's up? Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. All right. Quick live stream tonight. Whoever's in here. Let's see how the turnout is. It's been tough with the holidays. Again, the stream's for you guys. So if you want me to take a look at one of your stocks or analyze the markets, let me know. Markets look very interesting, primed for tomorrow. So we'll take a look. Just giving it a few minutes here. Let some people get in. See if I can change the color of these lights behind me here. Oh yeah, that's sick. Oh yeah, boy. Let's go green. Light the forest. All right. Quick live. We'll see what the turnout is. No biggie if it's low. I really don't care. I'm here to help those who want it. 4 viewers. Cool. We're rolling with it. Gary, what up, I am. Hopefully you guys had a great holiday and continue to do so. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. If you celebrate nothing, at least enjoy the time off. And if you don't have time off and don't celebrate nothing, I don't know. I don't know what to do then. SPY's looking interesting. We had some success today trading. I took a lot of shorts today. I've mostly been trading short. Probably at least the last few months here, depending on the trend. Now it has been tricky. So this is SPY, the S&P 500, and it has been tricky lately to trade just because we're consolidating a little bit here the last few trading days. Today we did have some seller strength, it looks like, on that daily close. But the trading has been tricky. So because of that, I've been sizing a little bit lower and I've been scalping a little bit more. So I'm quicker with my trades, right? And then I'm also sizing down just in case. Now, we got a couple levels coming up here. I think a significant one here is going to be on the S&P or on SPY here at 374.77. If we want to defer to the actual S&P, that level is not going to be too far off. It's usually about 1 decimal place off. So in this case, on the actual S&P 500, 378.850. Okay, so that is a big level. If we clear that level, we're probably going to see some seller strength come in. And then there's some key levels on the way here where there's going to be some external liquidity is what we call it if you trade price action. And that's typically a place where the price will gravitate towards to look for a rebalance in the market. Okay. Don't have to try to understand all that. All I know is this is a high probability area. The price is going to at least, contest. It doesn't mean it's going to like sit there, but it has a chance of either consolidating there, bouncing, rejecting, whatever. So this is a key area I'm watching on the way down. That's going to be that 37.50 about level on the way down. So keep that in mind. Other than that, it does look a little bit bearish. If you look at some of the supporting stocks around the S&P 500, a good one, for example, that I'm really watching is Apple. Okay, this is the most heavily weighted component of the S&P 500. It accounts for about 6% of that entire index. Think about that, 6% out of 500 companies in there. This alone is 6% of that entire sector there. So this had a strong close today. So when we see this on the daily time frame, we have this strong candle closing down, not much of a wick here. Volume was still pretty low. It's been low most of the week so far. But when we have a strong close like that, especially below a huge level we've been holding all year, okay, that is a big deal. I believe that is actually the 52-week low. Yeah, we closed below the 52-week low on Apple today. So the lowest price of the year was formed today on Apple. and that is not a good sign going into tomorrow when we're looking at the S&P 500. So I would expect some red tomorrow, just theoretically. Okay, we'll have to see what happens. We go one day at a time with the stock market. Me personally, I like shorting, especially in this market we've been in the last few months, or mostly the whole year. I prefer to short. Don't have a problem with it. I see short setups a little bit easier, so my bias kind of steers that way. But either way, we can look to go long on some setups as well. Tesla, I'm keeping my eyes on Tesla here. We finished today with a little bit of a spinning top here. Okay, so this candle is implying possibly a little bit of relief here. You can see it throughout the price action today on Tesla. It was kind of just floating around. Very strong buyer strength in here, right? Strong buyer dominance here. So there was strong volume today, dominated by buyers. I talked about how Tesla needs a little bit of relief soon. I'm not saying it's going to bounce, but I think it needs relief. It's very oversold. There's a lot of confluences and indicators pointing to Tesla seeing some relief soon. And again, if we go to the lower time frame here, Tesla, right, it had a little bit of strength today. It held higher lows all day. That's a good sign on the price action. If you want to talk about patterns, you can, right? A little symmetrical triangle maybe. But either way, right, without speculating on patterns, you can see the price action alone held its floor today, held higher lows. That's a good sign for Tesla. It doesn't mean it's up tomorrow, but it's something to keep in mind. And we did talk about how it is very oversold right now. I like Tesla long term. I'm not going to get too much into it with Tesla. I think Tesla is a fine company. I think Elon Musk is a phenomenal person. So not too worried about Tesla long term. Yeah, there could definitely be more downside, of course. Pending market conditions, which aren't favorable, especially going into 2023. Yeah, we can see more downside with Tesla, but I won't be upset if I'm holding Tesla for a couple years if I get it at $112 versus $80. Whatever, man. It's still super cheap. Gage, what up? Before, yo, Goblin, been in Mullen for a while now. Do you think it bounces at those levels? I'm holding it long term. Just want to see what you think. What I think? Sorry, can't read. Yeah, Mullen, we'll take a look, man. So Mullen, just remember this is in the growth sector, okay? So just remember that. This following a lot of growth-esque stocks. So you got like, there's so many examples. You got Mullen, anything that's really kind of in that ARK index, right? Mullen, Lucid is even one, Palantir, Zoom, somewhat, not really Zoom. Just trying to think here, man. SoFi, it's more fintech, but anything in that growth sector, right? It's been taking a hit, so you gotta be ready for that. Now it does look like Mullen is accumulating, and there's probably a lot of short interest or seller volume down here. Let me try to hide the chat real quick and show you what we're seeing here. So all this volume down here, that's not the worst sign here. If Mullen's trading at all-time lows, which it does look like it is, and we're seeing just this huge spike in volume, it's probably a few symptoms, but sometimes it does point to accumulation, which is just part of your market cycle, right? So you have accumulation, right? You have accumulation, then you have a markup, then you have distribution, and then you have a markdown. Whoops. And you have a markdown. So that's just like a basic market cycle thing. So looks like we had our huge markdown. We're possibly accumulating now, and then we're going to be looking for a markup in the future. So who knows when that future comes, but that is a symptom of accumulation where you kind of trade in a little bit of a tight range, volume's higher than usual. Again, just speculating on that. I do know Mullen's going to want to hold above $1 soon here for some compliance. So they may undergo a reverse split so that the share price is held above $1. That's very important. So keep that in mind. Reverse splits are not the best thing though, because it does dilute the intrinsic value of the asset. So just keep that in mind. But if you're very patient, very long term, this might not be a bad hold. I have to do a little bit of DD, and I don't offer financial advice as well, so I don't want to steer you right from wrong. I'm just giving you my technical opinion on what I see with Mullen, and just, you know, based on market cycles and things like that, I think there's a chance, but you're gonna have to be patient, my man. That's for sure. Okay, this is kind of my thought going to Bitcoin. I won't talk too much about this, but Bitcoin, I do think there's more downside with this, but my thoughts on Bitcoin is I think it just, you know, kind of trades in a range for the next few months perhaps, before we see that next leg up, and then we start going for 100,000 or whatever the YOLO target is. But Bitcoin, you know, it's starting to pick up an increasing volume. It's been trading somewhat flat. It does look like it will have some more selling pressure. I have some theories on that, but you know, Bitcoin, I think it could see 12,000. Sure, 12,000, 14,000 is kind of my floating area where I think Bitcoin can land next. But that Mullen kind of reminds me of the cycle that Bitcoin looks like it's possibly entering into here soon. So I don't know if that helps, man, but that's one thing I would be cognizant of, though, is that $1 price. Just because it's trading sub 1, I'd be cognizant of reverse split coming in the near future for compliance. Now, it does look like it did receive a surge here during power hour leading into the extended hours, so it's looking a little bit bullish here. Maybe a little bit of a bullish continuation going on here, maybe a little bit of a wedge. So keep your eyes on that, see if we can get some follow through into tomorrow. Next key level I'd watch on the way up is going to be that 25-cent mark, okay? And then just kind of staircase through that. That's probably your next significant area where there could be some liquidity. Boy, Kala, man, Kala was clapping today, man. You see that man? Look at this thing, man. Sorry, mate. Look at this. It went into basically formed this wedge all day, and then it just popped off in the extended hours. All right. So falling wedge looks nice. This thing was surging all day. I mean, from the opening price, let's see if we can measure that here. So from the open, so basically, let's say from the low of day, which is near the open, to the high of day, nearly 200% move. And it actually followed through with that move in the extended hours and pretty much retapped the high of day there. So we could see some continuation into tomorrow. Keep your eyes on Kala. Pharmaceuticals, yeah, you know, it's typical in these healthcare, biotech, penny stocks. They tend to get a little bit of a surge. Obviously, it's typically catalyst driven, some FDA BS or whatever you may have it. This looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, man. Held higher lows into the extended hours and just had some bullish continuation even after the breakout, man. Had a little bit of a fractal falling wedge, right? So that's bullish continuation. Looks strong. All right, Jim Sherrod. Let me get the chat back up. We might go a little bit longer on the live stream tonight, guys. If we can get a good turnout, all you got to do is leave a like, hit that subscribe if you're feeling a little goony tonight. Hopefully you guys had a great holiday season. Again, we can talk anything crypto. We can talk anything with the markets, macroeconomics, anything, man. Let me know. Cover what we can. I agree totally with your viewpoint. When holding long term, if I'm buying something at $10 or $12, not much difference if the stock goes up to $60. Yeah, you know, because me on Tesla, I still think Tesla can reclaim hundreds of dollars one day. I still think it can get to a $300 to $500 price target in the future. So it's just, you know, what's your conviction? And then you got to think in the future, let's say Tesla per se hits $300 again. I don't think as an investor you're going to be that upset if your dollar cost average on your Tesla shares was $112 or if it was like $80. I don't think you're going to be tripping that much. We can't time bottoms, guys, but you can get pretty close to timing bottoms by dollar cost averaging. That is a strategy I like to use as an investor, not financial advice. It's just very typical in the investment world. That's what that means. So if you bought Tesla at $300 and your average is $300 a share, you know, I'll think about buying more as it's at these prices because it'll bring that average share price down. So if I buy more shares at 112, my average might come down to like $180 a share now instead of $300 a share because I bought it down here so cheap. Just something I think about. Gang. Can you let me know your thoughts on Google? Yeah, I actually shorted Google today. I made profits on this bad boy today. Google, yeah. So on the daily, a little bit concerned here. The close that we had, I mean, I'm not concerned if I'm shorting it, but the close that we had on Google, not a lot of strength on the close, okay? So I don't know if you can see the volume down here. Based on volume price analysis, the strength of the close wasn't really there, but you got to remember the whole market was kind of lower in volume today anyways. But this close, right? This close of this body below this prior swing point here, that's market structure, right? So that's key market structure. We don't want to break that. We did today, so be a little bit careful with it. I want to look at one more thing for you. I like to defer to the 9 EMA. And one little trick I do with the 9 EMA Go watch my last video on Tesla if you want to know how to use this indicator a little bit more in depth to your advantage. I use the 90 EMA on the daily, and I look for what's called oh shit, I can't think of the word, but either way, I look for a space, right? I see how far away we are from the 90 EMA because Price likes to hug around the 90 EMA. So the further that we are descended, the further that we're descended from it, the better of a chance that we will try to reclaim back towards it. We're not too far away from it right now, so we can see some more downside. And there's definitely some liquidity areas, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. But the next interesting area is probably going to be down here, about that 83.73. I know it doesn't look good, but it is the truth. Just based on the technicals I'm seeing here, there could be a little bit more downside. I did short this stock today. So my bad, dude. Might have driven it down a little bit, but today I'll show you guys real quick where I shorted it at. Not to brag, just kind of give you an idea of how we get after it in our Discord, baby, our private Discord. But what do we do here? I think it was on the 1 minute here. Yeah, that was I know before it was part of this. Yeah, I shorted it. I think it was right there down to about here. So that was the play I took today. Nice profits there, about a 15% profit. But yeah, Google, man, it's moving, baby. Oh, I lied. It was actually up here. If you want proof, I could show you. It's not here to. I think it was down to here. That's where it was. The low of day. That was the trade I took today. So I grabbed all that meat. It was a good trade. It was only 15% because I grabbed the wrong options contract, but that's a whole nother story. Anyways, Google, yeah, based on the higher time frame, it does look like we could have some more downside. We just have to see what SPY wants to do tomorrow. And, you know, SPY's not looking the best. It's, you know, it's trading sideways, right? It's kind of been consolidating the last few trading days, not really doing a whole lot of movement here. Today, we did break some structure prior right there. So that is a little significant. And there is a little bit of strength on that candle right there of it breaking down. So this is our last floor that's holding us up on the S&P or on SPY. And SPY's instance is going to be that 374.77. NASCAR, what up, baby? Novi. Oh, yeah. This thing looks strong, man. Oh, sympathetic to Kala. Both low float healthcare with the recent reverse splits. Let's go ahead and add that to the list. Tabs on it tomorrow. We like sympathy. Yeah, Kala just ran a light 218% today. So this was sympathetic. Gotcha. Well, it finished the day strong. It's definitely has some potential for some continuation. You know, maintained higher lows throughout. If you want to speculate on patterns, right? But man, this thing is swinging. I mean, you can even see it in the you can even see it in the candles, right? It went from like these salt and pepper looking ass candles, which means like typically there's not a lot of volume, and the spreads are terrible. So it went from like basically not solid candles to like completely solid candles. So that's sometimes a sign. There are stocks that trade like this even with a lot of volume. Whole nother discussion. But it's interesting how you can literally just see that, you know, climb up there. It swung from low of day to high of day. Let's take a measurement here. So from a low of day to the high of day, intraday, 72.69%. Beast. And then it gave us a little extra sauce in the after hours. These from the high of day to the height of the extended hours, another 18.86%. So thing's a monster. Good call out on the sympathy. What's left on it? We'll see here, man. So with penny stocks, I do respect Wix, and I've seen value in that. So currently where we're at, I mean, I do it to the touch, right? Especially since we're trading at such a low price. So we did test that wick pretty much on the money. Your next significant one's going to be right there, man. 1334. And then obviously I know penny stocks kind of trade in like increments of like $1 or like 50 cents. So we're going to keep tabs on that, right? So this next level is like 13.33. So maybe like $13 is that next level. And then the big boy is definitely going to be this one up here. But if we don't clear that, you can be conservative and watch that just below it, which is 1542 about. And then that big boy is about 1654. Right, and then watch the psychological levels in between, right? The nice whole clean numbers, and 50-cent increments or $1 increments is what I prefer. What does the current volume on NIO indicate? I think NIO is heading lower, so I will make a NIO video tomorrow, I believe. So I got you on that. I think NIO is heading lower before it goes up again. I'm long-term investor in NIO. Yeah, I got some NIO too long-term. You see the bag back there, dog? You think I'm playing with NIO, dog? You think I'm playing? Nah, NIO, and my buddy, he just put like 300K in this thing, man. I mean, he's got some serious money in here. And so NIO, we talked about the long-term wedge, right? But we're not really messing with that right now because we're not there. So let's talk about the interim price action. Now, I have talked about in my previous videos how I was speculating on a potential maybe bear flag here, right? Not the best thing we want to see, but I also just took it with a grain of salt because that bear flag takes us to literally 0 cents. And I know fundamentally this company will not go bankrupt unless they lose their government contract, which I extremely doubt. So China does subsidize this company, which means they'll basically keep them alive. Make sure they're always funded. The only thing I'd be cognizant of with NIO in the next few months ahead is the Chinese New Year. So sometimes that could reflect on future earnings reports. Probably Q2 earnings is my guess. Q1 will be interesting. But yeah, looking at the daily here, I mean, NIO's looking, let's take a look at the 9 EMA here. So NIO's, this is what I was talking about here. So this space right here on NIO, that's a good sign for the most part in terms of one confluence that I'm looking at. So that's one confluence that gives me a little bit of optimism. And then on top of today's candle was a spinning top candle. So you can see that it's weakening a little bit here with this seller price action here. The price is trading in a discount right now. It's getting a little bit oversold. I'm sure the RSI indicator can tell you that as well. Volume did damper down today as opposed to yesterday. So yesterday was definitely a strong sell-off. I mean, it gapped down for God's sake. But then today, right, we kind of started chilling a little bit. So, right, so we came down, kind of weakened a little bit here. Spinning top candle, lower volume, and we're descended from the 9 EMA. So we could see some relief soon. Doesn't mean tomorrow, doesn't mean Friday. I just think we could see it this week sometime. Okay, I'm not no fortune teller. And one thing is you got to be cognizant of market conditions too. So just remember that NIO is downtrending, right? It's forming lower lows and lower highs. So just be careful. All right. Let's see what else here. Now me, I'm a trend line guy. That's my preference. Wedging a little bit, not really. It's just more denoting the lower highs and the lower lows. But just be patient with this one. If you're in it long term, I think the most important thing about investing is discipline, and then staying up to date with the markets, staying up to date with your company. And me personally, I understand NIO very well fundamentally, and I know they're fundamentally sound, but sometimes you just can't help it because of macroeconomic conditions. It's the same with many other stocks. It's the same with like Tesla even. Tesla's fundamentally, they're sound. They have good margins on their product. Their sales aren't too bad. The revenue's not bad. They are overvalued, but most things are overvalued. So if we want to talk about overvaluation, like whatever. But there's a lot of good companies in here that may take a further hit just because the market conditions are not favorable. So just always remember that. What's up with love puts? You running them puts on Southwest Airlines? I was actually looking at this last night. Oh man, I was talking about this last night with my my private Discord. Or actually, it was around market close. We were looking at overnight plays to swing, and this actually came up for a second. Good Lord, what is that from? That looks catalyst driven. So honestly, if we're pushing down this hard, I think it's gonna find support soon. It's way too oversold. That move happened really quick. I think it's going to see relief soon. That's my personal opinion. It just usually when moves like that happen so fast, you typically see a little bit of consolidation the following day. So tomorrow might be flat for this thing. And if we do have follow through with a little bit of seller momentum, it is what it is. But I think it does relieve soon. It's so damn oversold. That is a huge move, my dude. Oh my Lord. Yeah, them puts would have printed, boy. Sheesh, look at that. This thing gapped down the last 2 trading days. That is wild. Yeah, it's moving. It's moving. It's moving. So it's in an interesting spot right now. Like I said, you know, I still think it could sell out, but not much more. I don't know how much smoke is left. You know, 3185, 3175. I'd start watching those areas for a little bit of relief. All right. Lucy was also interesting today. Hold on a second. Hit that like, baby. Hit me that like button, guys. If you can't hit the like button, how you expect it to buy or sell button when you executing your trades, man? You can't even do the easy shit, man. Hit that like button. Also, hit subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more. I go live every single week. I got you covered. I do these live streams for you guys. The same for me. This for you. So take advantage. Lucy, also interesting today. PR at 7 a.m. Didn't move much until 7:20. When some goons on Twitter started pumping it. We still have pumpers on Twitter. NASCAR, who are these pumpers, man? I have been looking at, man, there's pumpers all over Twitter, man. It's just unfortunate. It's more unfortunate. Well, it's frustrating because people are making easy money when it shouldn't be that easy, but it's illegal. So it is what it is. Most easy money is illegal, right? Selling drugs. But what's frustrating is people are losing money. So I've been keeping my eyes on some pumpers here. And you know, I got other videos for that, so you guys know what's good. Fallen wedge almost, right? We can speculate on that. So there could be some lingering momentum here. This could be a pump and dump, though. Be careful, right? It's not uncommon that you do see, you know, volume slow down within the pattern itself. So if you look at like bull flags or anything like that, usually within that channel of the pattern, the volume does kind of, it has like residual, right? It slows down a lot and then it picks back up again. So can we get that tomorrow? I don't know. Again, if I'm speculating on this falling wedge, obviously I'm looking for some continuation tomorrow. But if it was truly a pump and dump, I would just be really careful with this. They ran it from 1 to 179 in 15 minutes. Oh my goodness, man. It's wild, man. Oh my Lord. 7 to 720. So that's probably 6 my time. I'm central. Yeah, 100%. Light. That's wild, man. But I opened it, fell apart. Didn't think it would have a big move since a lot of retail is trapped in it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. People got trapped in this because, you know, they looked up to someone who told them that it was a good buy. And then as soon as they signal it, they sell basically because they already were in before they let you know about it. Pfizer puts. You are just like a guy in one of my in my private Discord. Not one of my only private Discord. All right. If you guys want to join, it's up to you. That link is in the description. Okay. You know me, I'm not a big plug guy, but I do always offer the opportunity. We focus more on value, but everything's there for you. Learning sessions every day, or live sessions every day, learning sessions. You know, we show you our strategies. We do trade signals across crypto, Forex, stocks, or penny stocks, and options. So we do that every day, baby. Pfizer, yeah. Pfizer puts. I would have liked a better close, to be honest. I do want to break this structure here. Until then, you know, volume's kind of weak on Pfizer. Pfizer is a good one to trade. I keep my eyes on it quite a bit. We are starting to kind of contest a trend line here, which is interesting, right? So we'll see if we can have some follow through. Let me zoom in a little bit here. As you guys can tell, I don't use a lot of indicators when I trade. I mostly read price action. Okay. I trade based on liquidity and things like that. The most indicators I'll use is like the EMA and volume. That's about it. Anyways, yeah, Pfizer's interesting here. I'm also a pattern trader guy. I don't just trade patterns though. I use them with price action. So I don't just go, oh, it's a bear flag, I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna short it. No, it doesn't. It's not how we do it. Pfizer recently, the last 2 trading sessions, right? It's been steadily selling off. It's been lower highs and lower lows. And again, it does look like we did love tap that structure actually in the extended hours today. If we can get a close above that structure, man, I mean, it's game. It's game, 50-70 is that key level. So we love tapped it in the extended hours. Just be cognizant of the low of day. We could come back up to that in the pre-market. But until then, I'm going to just probably look at Pfizer, because net overall, right? Pfizer in the current range, it's discounted right now. So obviously, intraday, I'd be looking for some longs, but obviously, net overall, looking at it holistically, yes, of course it's bearish. So be careful, depending on the type of trader you are. And then obviously, looking at market conditions, I say obviously a lot, obviously. But be cognizant of market conditions too, okay? Jay Rizzo, what's up, baby? What's up? Glad to see you're still on YouTube. XRP, what's your view? Is it the new FTX? I don't know what's going on with XRP, but we can chart it. FTX was a whole mess, dude. All right. XRP. This looks like a Bitcoin 2.0, almost a giant descending triangle in essence. So it looks pretty damn bearish. Just from a technical perspective. Now, in terms of the next FTX, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this company or anything like that. FTX was a whole, I don't know if XRP is a company though, right? FTX is a company. So if it is, just make sure they're not doing any scummy things. FTX was pretty, if you looked into it, obviously hindsight, but it was pretty sketchy because the regulations were so loose. But you can argue that with a lot of crypto. I would just say, from the price action standpoint and knowing that it's going to coincide with Bitcoin, I still think there's more downside. I really do. Okay. Southwest Airline puts, probably not. It's too oversold, my dude. Like I said, I'm watching that, what is it? 31.75 as a floor tomorrow. So we might see a little bit more follow through, but after you have this sequential of a sell off like this, it's just getting too, oversold. It's getting too oversold. And usually when you see big pullbacks like that too, you'll fall through with some consolidation. So be careful. Look at the Pfizer on the weekly. Duke called it a while ago. Okay, well then follow Duke's trades, bro. What you mean? Okay. Yeah, just because we have that though doesn't mean we're going to sell off tomorrow. Just because because we got an inverted hammer. That doesn't mean anything, dude. It doesn't mean anything. There's plenty of stocks that do this. You got to look at every time frame. You got to look at every time frame. You know better. All right. So what if we have that inverted hammer? Why can't we do this tomorrow? Why can't we do that in the next 2 days? Well, why not? All right. So I'm saying relative. All right. And relative price tells me we haven't closed below structure. And this candle is not that strong. That's it. That's it. Those are the facts. Just because I have an inverted hammer on the weekly doesn't mean I'm going to sell off right now. You know what I mean? So always look at, you got to do a multi-time frame analysis. Until we break that structure, it don't mean shit to me yet. Let's see here. Let me see. Yeah, because the monthly's got it too. You gotta go one day at a time. I'm just gonna look for something else. I can't find it. All right, Moon Market and the stock down were the main tweets that pushed Lucy this morning. Within minutes, Moon Market tweet, it went. That's bad. Okay. I'll check it out. Not good, not fair. It's a dirty world, man. People do anything for money. It's the root of all evil. It's the root of all evil, baby. But yeah, Pfizer, you know, just be patient. If it breaks, it breaks. We'll see what happens. If you're swinging it, yeah, maybe. I mean, even this candle. I mean, well, we're halfway through the week, but these two candles don't have a lot of volume on it at all the last 2 weeks. So if you're swinging Pfizer, yeah, it's probably going to sell out for sure. That inverted hammer is a beast. So we'll see what's good with it. All right. Any more? What do you guys want? Let me know. I'll cover a few more stocks. If not, I got to head over to a learning session tonight in our private Discord. So just know that. Sorry, just checking my phone. All right. We live, baby. So what are you guys watching? Let me know. This is what I usually trade. No secrets. I mean, this is what a lot of people that trade options is what they trade, right? So I trade options and penny stocks, mostly options, until penny stocks, I shouldn't say start warming up again, because they're always running somewhere. But, you know, SPY, Qs, NVIDIA, Tesla, AMD, you know, I like trading all these. These are my babies. Today I shorted Google, Amazon, and NVIDIA. I missed an entry this morning on AMD, which was very clean. I traded live today on my Discord and yesterday, so I've been trading live all week. That's what we do, baby. So if you're interested in that, links in the description. But traded live on my private Discord this morning. We were green again. That's what we do. We were green today again. We were green yesterday. Let's be green again tomorrow. I think we'll get it. But, you know, we've just been mostly scalping. Today it wasn't too bad. You could have got some nice swings in. The market gave it to you. And we mostly trade, you know, price action. That's what I trade. Some guys in our Discord use a bunch of indicators and stuff. You can use whatever you want. I just refined my trading over time. I used to use a lot of indicators myself. Charts were looking like a damn Picasso painting with like a damn Tiesto concert. You got laser beams and shit everywhere. But now I just trade, mostly reading the candlesticks, and I look at volume. That's it. That's it, baby. So found a little more success there. German, what's good, baby? Yeah, other than that, I'll give it about a minute for some questions. If none, we might wrap it up. I know the stream is delayed, so I'll give you guys time to type your responses. So no problems there. Alrighty. If you found the stream useful and if you got some value today, let me know. All you got to do is hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn on the notification bell, because I go live every single week and I upload nearly every single day. If you want to take your trading to the next level, we do offer a private Discord down in the description where we host live sessions and learning sessions, share our strategies, and we do trade signals with penny stocks, options, crypto, and Forex every single day. That's all there for you, baby. Gang, gang. All right. No questions coming through. Cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, happy holidays. I hope you enjoyed the stream and found value in it. And I'll catch you guys in the next stream. We'll be hosting one on Sunday, I believe. Let me check real quick. New Year's Day is on Sunday, so I think we'll be hosting a live stream that day. Maybe. I'll let you know. Just look for the announcement. Other than that, guys, catch you in the next one. Have a good night.